And again, I would just say, as I mentioned earlier, part of the spirit of trying to provide notice to trustees on Friday on what the current status of discussions were with the subgroup was that it was, at that point in time, it was clear that we weren't making progress in finding consensus. And since there was the possibility that trustees would be asked to deliberate and vote on resolutions, we wanted to get that information to trustees as quickly as possible. Understanding that we might have come to a compromise subsequent to Friday, that hasn't happened, but that resolution was provided to all of the trustees well in advance. But I would be, just as you did, Trustee Lord, the operative resolved basically says, consistent with its fiduciary duty and priorities, the board shall continue to actively monitor the discovery and factual investigations that are part of the related proceedings, and upon conclusion of those proceedings shall determine whether any action is appropriate and the best interest of Penn State. If you would like me to read the whereases, I'm more than happy to do that as well. Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, question. It appears to me the first whereas is gleaned from the engagement letter. Is that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, the spirit of the first whereas is to just articulate what the basis for the free engagement was.
Well, I'm reading the engagement letter and it's verbatim with one notable exception. And the notable exception is that that he was engaged as legal counsel by the board, and this is he was engaged to serve as independent external legal counsel. Is there a distinction?
I'm sorry, Anthony, I couldn't hear the last beat.
I said that the engagement letter indicates that he was engaged to serve as an independent external legal counsel. Yeah. Is there a distinction between that and the reference here as legal counsel?
No, I mean, I don't.
We have internal
I don't think it was intended to necessarily mirror it. I think the spirit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ken, go ahead.
Oh.
We have internal and external legal counsel. That's the distinction.
Right, but the engagement letter is very clear that he's engaged as independent external legal counsel. Yet our resolution says something not quite as specific as it pertains to that very particular matter. Yet the balance of the first whereas is verbatim from the engagement letter. So I'm just wondering why it is we chose this particular language. Does no one know? I mean, you're the maker of the resolution, are you not, Kathy?
No, I was just. I thought you were asked. I thought Ken was still speaking. I don't believe that it's intended to have. It's a distinction without a difference. I don't think it was intended to.
So why would the balance of that first whereas be verbatim?
Because I think we were trying to be as accurate as possible about.
So then why not make the entire first whereas exactly as it is in the engagement letter? We can be clear and unambiguous.
I mean, if it's not specific enough for you, I think that the spirit is the same. Again, it was just intended to try to articulate what the engagement was.
So are you willing to make that change so that it's specific to the engagement letter?
I don't know that we have to.
What,
this
Paul,
is a resolution that we're offering. It's not supposed to. It doesn't mirror.
Right, but there's a purpose. Words have meanings, right? You're a lawyer by education and training. Words have meanings. We choose them very carefully. At least we should.
Well, I guess the question, Anthony, is do you believe it has a significant meaning?
Well, I guess because I'm a cynic, I'm suspect as to the reference here being different in one place and only one place.
Thank you. I don't think there's any question that Judge Free is not a member of the Penn State in-house legal department. So why don't we move on to the vote?
Well, thank you. I appreciate your point of view, Rick, but I'm still asking, because Kathy, you crafted this, didn't you?
Yeah, Ken
okay,
and
so,
I, yes.
Oh, Ken and you.
Yes.
So Ken had a comment.
Go ahead, Ken.
I'm saying I don't think it's a distinction that makes any difference, and I'm happy to mirror the letter of engagement. I think we have to vote now, though.
Thank you, Ken. So we're going to amend this to specifically reference the language in the engagement letter.